Just imagine how happy you would be if you checked your lottery ticket and saw that the numbers were correct. You won! Stunning, right? You now have a lot to do, like shop online for anything you previously couldn't afford, or planning an exotic vacation, or looking around for a new home. In this video, we'll talk about 6 times the lottery refused to pay the winners. The video will be amazing, so stick to the end. Before starting the video, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to never miss out on any of our videos. Number 6. South Carolina code error. Numerous South Carolina individuals won the lottery on Christmas Day 2017, giving them the most excellent Christmas present they've ever received. Of course, those who purchased the winning tickets were unaware that they were just one of thousands. They believed that they had triumphed, but you can probably sense that something is off. The South Carolina Education Lottery issued a statement 2 days later that dashed everyone's hopes. They claimed that a coding fault caused the winning tickets. The culprits were employees of Intralot, the lottery's technology provider at the time. After making such a grave error, they were promptly sacked, and IGT, who oversees the lottery's computer systems today, took their place. What happened to the winners, though? Sadly, they were informed that all of their tickets were invalid due to the system's inaccurate coding. The owners of the tickets have the option of returning them for a refund. A refund on your ticket isn't exactly the kind of compensation you were hoping for if you believe you'd won the lottery, though. Naturally, many winners who were dissatisfied tried their luck in court, but nothing has come to fruition so far. Number 5. English thieves. Just look at Peaky Blinders' popularity to see how much the public likes stories about British criminals. I'll give you another one now. Mark Goodram was freed from jail in April 2019. He celebrated by getting together with John Ross Watson, a criminal friend. They went out to buy a scratch-off lottery ticket because they believed Goodram would be lucky on this day. They had no money, which was a problem in their plan. However, when you're a criminal, that's hardly the worst thing in the world. They did what any thief would do and used someone else's debit card to purchase the ticket. 4 million British pounds, or slightly under $5 million, was the winning amount. It would have been a fantastic victory if they hadn't made one crucial error. The men claimed they lacked a bank account when the UK National Lottery contacted them to inquire about where to deliver their prize. Oops, how is that possible to have a debit card without a bank account? The lottery realized that the debit card they used to buy the ticket wasn't theirs after this raised some red lights. The 2 criminals went on a 4-day shopping spree while the lottery was conducting its investigation. They were spending their future lottery earnings by often entering and exiting pricey bars and clubs. Ultimately, the lottery decided not to pay them, and what followed was a protracted legal struggle as the 2 felons nonetheless attempted to collect the award. They tried to convince everyone they had taken the debit card from their pal John at one point. They didn't have John's contact information, and since it's challenging for made-up characters to provide a witness, he never came forward to corroborate their claims. No one else could win the reward because it was suspended while the legal dispute was ongoing. Do you think they should have been paid out? Let us know in the comments. Number 4. Illinois IOU. One of the world's best feelings must be realizing that you've hit the jackpot. Unless you were part of this 2015 Illinois lottery story, it appears that the state ran into some financial difficulties and could no longer pay out jackpot winnings. Illinois people began to win prizes one by one. However, when they checked on their winnings, they learned that no award above $600 was any longer being paid out. And the funny thing is, this wasn't the first time this had happened. A few months prior, prize winners who anticipated getting a sizable check instead received IOUs, which explained that Illinois owed the recipient of the paper money. Can you imagine the disappointment? But these issues typically worsen rather than improve. Those IOUs added to the staggering debt, quickly turning into a $120 billion deficit. They had to stop selling Powerball and Mega Millions of tickets because things got so nasty. Additionally, upset winners were suing the state for failing to pay. Fortunately for all parties involved, by 2017, the state has reclaimed custody of its assets and had begun paying out the winners. Number 3. $1 million in the trash. Performing a number check may be pretty exciting. Eric and Salvatore, the 2 roommates in this tale, decided to compare their Powerball numbers. While Salvatore looked through the ticket, Eric read out the numbers. Salvatore did what any of us would have done. He crumpled up the ticket and threw it in the trash when the numbers Eric read aloud didn't match the ones on the ticket in his hand. But that proved to be a grave error. Eric thought he couldn't go wrong as he read the numbers on the lottery website, but no updates had been made to this webpage. The numbers he was looking at were those from the prior draw. If only he had checked the internet a few minutes later, he would have read out numbers corresponding to those on the ticket. It sounds like everyone's worst nightmare. Actually, they had won $1 million. When they discovered their error, the garbage workers had already arrived and taken the $1 million ticket in their truck. Before almost using a bloodhound to try and find the ticket, they engaged a lawyer and even tracked it down to an Ontario landfill. Sadly, it was never discovered, and even though they could show they had purchased tickets, they could not claim their prize because the winning ticket was likely hidden inside of a mountain of trash. Number 2. 6 months late. A British couple won the equivalent of around $3.75 million in the UK Lotto in 2001 when they won 3 million British pounds. That jackpot is quite significant and would certainly change anyone's life. However, their big moment didn't turn out as they had hoped. They didn't look at their ticket, and 6 months later, when the lottery called for the winners to come forward, they found out they had won. They knew they were the ones the lottery sought since they consistently played the same numbers. They must have been incredibly thrilled until realizing the ticket was missing. For the pair, that was just the beginning of an emotional roller coaster. They set out to access computer information to establish their ownership of a winning ticket. They eventually found their evidence. There was a catch though. According to the lottery's rules, missing tickets must be notified within 30 days of discovery to remain valid. The couple could not claim the award without the ticket, even with proof. Martin and Kay awaited the lottery results in suspense for 45 days. Finally, they were informed that they would not be winning the award. Even Richard Branson offered to back their cause after they started a campaign for aid, but the jackpot didn't sway their decision. Sadly, all the tension led to their divorce at the end. Number 1. Payment glitch. When this young English couple came so close to winning the lottery in May 2022, they learned a fairly hard lesson about life. When they first began playing the lottery, Rachel was only 19 and Liam was 21. They used an online lottery site every week to play the same numbers. They had cleverly configured their profile to automatically purchase a ticket using their numbers each week. They checked the lottery website's winning numbers one week and were astounded by what they had discovered. Their numbers lined up, giving them 182 million British pound prize. And sure, that amount of money, just shy of a staggering $227 million, is just as significant as it seems. Tragically, it hadn't happened that day either. A jackpot win of such magnitude doesn't happen every day. When the system automatically purchased the ticket, they made a small error that prevented their payment from being processed. They could have remedied the issue if they had known, therefore it seems pretty unjust that they were never informed that the purchase had failed. Instead, Rachel called the lottery only to be informed that she had no ticket despite having the correct numbers. And ultimately, no ticket equals no winning. Hopefully this blunder will be a lesson to us. Make sure you have your ticket before the draw.